Hi, my name is Miguel, and welcome to this week's episode of Disabled Talks. If you haven't already, don't forget to press that subscribe button so you never miss one of our future episodes. This week, I thought we'd talk about the importance of being in silence. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm the type of person that doesn't really like being in complete silence because, it's awkward. It doesn't really matter what time of day it is or what I'm doing. I'm usually listening to something or, actively paying attention to something. Whether it's getting ready in the morning, I have music on. Whether it's making food, I have music on. Putting my clothes away, music, podcasts, anything. There's always this constant distraction that I have. Now, just recently, I actually decided to go on a silent retreat, and it was terrifying. But it was something that it had always been in the back of my head because I'm like, well, for one, I used to watch those old karate and martial arts movies where, the masters were always like perfectly calm and, so meditative. So I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool to learn. So when the opportunity came up, I was like, yes, this is something that I need to do. And like I said, I had noticed that all throughout the day, I always had something, whether it was Netflix, watching videos, anything. Like I wasn't ever not distracted. I would set the time, like maybe at the end of the day, like I've talked about in previous videos, I would set the time maybe 10-20 minutes at most, and that was my time away from distractions. But then, not really, because I would use it to plan what I had to do the next day. So I don't know, it kind of lost its effectiveness, right? So when I went into the retreat, I had no idea what to expect. And to be honest with you guys, as you can probably tell, I love to talk and, laugh. And I was overall really nervous about, being able to be quiet for 3 days, which isn't really that long. There was other people, so it wasn't just me. And I was like, how could I just be there with another person and not, not say hello or not try to interact with them? It just didn't register in my mind. As terrified as I was, I loved it. By the end of the retreat, so it was 3 days, right? And it was no technology. Basically, like we had like music while not like loud music, but that background music with no words while we ate. And that was it. We had talks with speakers that we could like later use to reflect upon. My day basically consisted of, basically pure silence. I actually was in prayer a lot of that time. I would go back into my room, and even that, the room in itself was just simple. It just had the bed, the bathroom, a place to hang your clothes, and a desk. By the end of the retreat, I almost didn't want to come back. I didn't want to start using my phone again. I didn't want to I didn't basically want to come back to real life. My routine kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. It was the complete opposite. I went from being peaceful and having complete peace of mind to, again, just being overwhelmed with everything that I had to do and just feeling behind in everything. It made me realize just how difficult it actually is to be in silence, like in your regular routine. Of course, you're not going to be able to necessarily be in silence all day long, but even just, 5, 10, 15 minutes is difficult enough without it feeling like something extra that you have to do rather than kind of your escape from everything. Usually when I have a bad day, the first thing I do is go home and watch Netflix. It's, so I don't have to think about it. Or, when an issue comes up, I'm like, oh, I'll deal with it later. But just being in silence just is like, no, you gotta deal with that first before you can move forward. And even though it's something that's not really a fun thing to do, it's something that's necessary because, at least for myself, I find that if I don't, that in the times that I haven't been willing to deal with, a bunch of stuff that's going on, it starts weighing me down and just changing my mindset of how I look at things. I lose sight of how just everything is important, everything we do is important. I feel like I get an overall more gloomy view of life, that's not true. But that's it for this video, so don't forget to click those 3 buttons, the like, subscribe, and the little bell so you never miss one notification. Like always, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.